How's everybody doing today? Just a little lunch and learn. Decided to jump in at 12. So hopefully everybody's having a good day. Whew, man, I'm glad tomorrow's Friday. That's all I'm going to say. Give me one in the chat if you can hear me. Give me one in the chat if you can hear me. So let's see. I probably need to show a picture of it while people are falling in. So we're going to talk about. So they got a picture. There he is, a little picture of the thing. Shout out to that. What's up, Wayne Wallace? Glad you can join me as always. Little lunch and learn. Going to talk about you see it. Amazon Astro robot now revolving. Now a revolving security guard for business. So that's what we're gonna talk a little bit about today. Shout out to Wire Dog. Appreciate you for joining me. Everybody go subscribe to him. Check him out. Doing big things. Shout out to the your new emblem. I got to get my emblem upgraded, man. I'm behind the times, man. So shout out to everybody. Salute to everybody. So we're gonna read a couple articles and look at a couple videos for this. Then, um, of course, we're gonna delve into the always classes. Then we're gonna talk about the security of it. Um, Pluses and minuses. It being a security robot, then how is the security of the security robot? So we're gonna delve into that, see what's going on today. So we're gonna get into it. I'm sure a few more people drop in, or they can just check the replay out. So once again, I just thought this was super interesting. Amazon's doing the most. I think Amazon's the most dangerous company in America now. I thought it was Google. I'm giving it to Amazon now. So we're gonna see. Let's see. I created my emblem in Microsoft. Okay, I appreciate that. I might try to. I was gonna go to mid journey. Yeah, mid journey. I was gonna try to generate one in mid journey and see what's coming up. I'll get that a try. Microsoft Bing Image Creator. Appreciate that. I might give that a try. I thought you paid somebody to do that. It looks good though. It looks great. So shout out to you. So maybe I need to do my own fishing. So let's get to reading and see what's going on with the Amazon Astro robot is now roving security guard for business. Amazon wants business to use the Astro robot as a roving security guard in the stores to detect break-ins and other threats. The service is called Astro for Business. Is launching only in the United States. It comes at a steep price of $2,400. I guess I've been in the business. $2,400 not bad. If you get a security guard that's non-lethal, that's just a month of paycheck for a security guard. So that cuts down at least one security guard. It paid for itself, right? Amazon Astro household robot has remained elusive since launch of 2021, available in limited quantities and so on, an invite only basis. Like I remember them saying it, but I've never seen anybody that, like you said, that had the household launch for it. So I thought that was a little different of it. So that's it. What it looks like in real life. So what's interesting, look, it looks like it's got a CCT camera, some motion detectors, and I got another article where they start breaking down the motion detecting and how it sees things, its visual, how it maps itself, kind of like the Rumba robot, right? So it maps itself around your business or your household, so it knows where to go and not to go after a while. So, right, those security features and enhancements are already there. So, um, as a low-level security guard, maybe not a bad investment. Astro for Business is aimed at the retailer, manufacturing, and other industries as a security guard that control break-ins. As a new job for the Astro robot, a roving security guard in stores to detect break-ins and other threats. The company on Wednesday announced Astro for Business, a version of the household robot that is framing as a crime prevention tool for retailers, manufacturers, and a range of other industry. In the space that are up to 5,000 square feet, Astro for Business launched only in the United States. To start, it comes in at a steep price, $2,350. Basically, we're gonna round that baby up. Once again, I don't think that's a steep price. Um, so So you add it to your alarm system, you add it to your overall security, and you probably get a discount on your insurance, kind of like for your house. I think you would get a discount on your business too. So all things adding up, I don't think it's a bad purchase. Amazon unveiled Astro, its first home robot set in September 2021. The squat three-wheel device can roll around the house to answer Alexa's voicemail. It has a 42-inch periscope camera that allows you to see over the countertops or other obstacles to check if the stove have been left on or other tasks. 2 years from its debut, the original one costs now $1,600, is available on limited quantities and invite-only basis. Amazon announced last September its annual hardware and software event that it was testing Astro for some businesses on Wednesday. The company said it has seen some traction from the companies in health and wellness, food and beverage, construction, and other sectors. We have been testing Astro in a variety of businesses and have seen firsthand how Astro intelligent motions help provide visibility on blind spots, areas that existing stationary cameras could not see, giving business owners peace of mind because their inventory and property are protected, even when they aren't there. Anthony Robinson, head of product for the Amazon Astro, said in the statement. Amazon pointed to data from the National Retail Federation, a trade association advocacy group, showing that the shrink, which includes shoplifting and organized crime, reached a nearly $100 billion in 2022. Major retailers have routinely expressed concerns about theft eating into their profits, but there's little data to prove it, and other factors may be contributing to the issue, such as employee thefts or lost or damaged goods. I did a report on that on from CNBC too. Amazon also is offering a suite of security products in tandem with Astro for Business for added fee, such as Ring Protector Pro, which can link Astro to Ring sensors and motion detectors. A virtual security guard service allows Astro to notify remote security centers of potential threats, such as an unrecognized person, breaking glass, or smoke. Remote security agents can view live footage and call police or emergency responders, right? So that's the added benefit of Astro, which is a lot of benefits to that. So let's keep reading. I got some other articles. Let's see what comments are in the chat. Once again, I'm gonna have to go check my man out. Check out that Microsoft Bing image creator. PBO needs to get a get an image. Up there. Happy Hump Day. The entire chat. What day is it? It's Thursday. Come on, man. You throwing me off. Thursday. We over Hump Day. We slide into Friday. Hump Day Wednesday. You confusing PBO. But once again, let's keep moving. Like I said, I was super. I don't know why I'm so interested in this robot. So let's read. This is actually Amazon's blog. Let's see. I think there's a little video I want to play before we keep going. Yeah, let's play the video.
Soaking up the sun, huh?
We know people love their animals, man. They're gonna make sure their dogs and stuff is good in there, right? So we know that's gonna always work.
Good call.
The crazy thing is all the things you can show. You can show the intruder breaking in. You can show somebody sneaking in to try to steal stuff. You worried about your pet, man. So shout out to Astro. Shout out, I'm old. If anybody remember the Jetsons, that was the dog on the Jetsons. So shout out to Astro. Let's play that one more time. I don't know why I enjoyed that so much. Let's get the replay going on that again.
Soaking up the sun, huh? Good call.
So let's read this article. This is actually Amazon's about page. From pet detection to AI learning to small business security, here's a look at what's next for Astro. Last year, we introduced a totally new kind of robot designed for your convenience at home and peace of mind. Creating Astro required years of innovation and solving some very difficult technologies challenges. And so since we started shipping, it's been incredible to see how customers have reacted to the device, which combines autonomous navigation, intelligent motion, and delightful personality in a robot for your home. Now, I don't think the robot got a personality now, right? We getting a little carried away, but shout out to that though. That's what people like. Let me make that article a little bigger too, but that's what people like. And two, it's not super scary, right? So they didn't want to make it menacing, so you would think it would be the Terminator, right? So somewhere kind of in the middle. So let's keep reading real quick. We're about to get to the technology part that's coming up after this one. We received hundreds of thousands of invite requests to purchase Astro so far. Heard from many inspiring stories, how people use Astro, why they love it, how it becomes an internal part. We heard from customers using Astro with Alexis together to check in on their aging loved ones, right? So that's one thing I like about Amazon. They start pairing, like you got Alexa with Astro. I'm sure they're gonna put it with Ring doorbell that they're on, and that's why I think that's gonna be another video. Amazon's the most dangerous company because they got all this feeds of you, all these facial recognition of you, all this watching where you go, who's entering your house, what foods you're buying with Whole, because they buy Whole Foods. So they have a amalgamation of a digital dossier about people. I don't think a lot of people realize that, but once again, that's a different stream. So they're going to use it with Astro integration with Ring Protect Pro to ensure the security of the home. We frequently heard parents and kids can't get enough of Astro personality. We love every story. There's a lot of we can still learn, but it's clear customers are having Astro in their home. We're happy to announce some features for Astro. So we're gonna keep reading, but let's dig in on that. Like you said, you got aging parents, pets. I think some people, I don't know if it's cool. Your kids are at a certain age, you can leave them in the house and Astro will watch them, keep what you're doing. Uh, you can monitor them, everything they do, right? So a lot of people are gonna use Astro as a new babysitter, right? So we can talk about the efficacy of that, good or bad, but you can see that coming, right? We know babysitters and time is hard these days. So while we've been learning about the customers and wanted to use Astro in homes, we also been exploring how the device might be useful for a small and medium-sized business. With Astro intelligent autonomous mobility, innovative monitoring capabilities, we believe it can be helpful in SMBs, small and medium-sized business, as it is homes. We've been working with our colleagues at Ring to explore what that might look like. And two is I think the next step for that small business, you're gonna see those in nursing homes, right? If you ever been to a nursing home, red lights on there, a lot of times you want to see if the person's failed or incapacitated. There's not enough CNAs. Shout out to the CNAs in the world. You can use this for that, right? So if the person's just ringing a bell but they're in the bed, you could probably take the vitals, right? If you got the cuffs on them, so you can keep it moving. So I think you're going to start seeing devices like that already start moving into more business features. Let's see what my man Word Dog see. And before someone hacks, oh yeah, that's coming. That's the next article. You jumping ahead, Word Dog, but no, you're 100% correct now. If I did one on Tesla's robot where I basically said, because it can walk, I can steal your TV and walk it out to the car, right? So we're gonna definitely touch on that in a minute, Wire Dog. That's gonna be the next article where we talk about the individual features and stuff. But now you're 100% correct. Now, if I could tap into the visuals, I can see what's in your business. I can scope out what's in your business. I can see what's valuable. I can see where it's at. So when I run in, right, I don't have to guess where the good stuff at. I hacked into your robot. Now I know the location of everything. While you opening up the safe, I could be videotaping you doing a combination or punching the keys in, right? So we gonna get to it, Wire Dog. Wire Dogs, as always, right on top of it. Go subscribe to my man. Facts, facts. That one robot, if you remember right, it was taking video of people. So we're gonna touch on that. Facts. We coming to that wire dog. You jumping ahead, but you right on it. So let's roll through this one a little more. Thousands of new businesses are turning to Ring security. We talked about that. Amazon brought Ring doorbell, right, added to Ring security. So I think all in one, they're gonna loop all this together. Last year, Ring announced virtual security guard, a service to let customers add live motion events, monitoring to their security cameras for peace of mind. We think it's interesting use case for Astro. Now you bring Astro, virtual security guard, together and other SMBs in new ways. Imagine if you have virtual security guard at your home and head home for night, arming your Ring alarm. If the alarm goes off, Astro would autonomously, proactively go investigate what's happening, while professional monitoring agents use Astro camera to observe what's happening. If something is wrong, agents can take appropriate action, like calling dispatch to send the right authorities, or warning off an intruder through two-way talk. While beginning rolling this out to small groups of business customers in the coming months, we're looking forward to hearing what happens. Right. So once again, it's looking at your dog, making sure ain't nobody breaking in on your dog. Right. So while we expanding this Astro's capability, once again, a small business, we're exploring more capabilities. One common theme customers have is shared how quickly Astro is accepted as another member of the family. But the feedback also shows the customer want us to take things a step further so that Astro can interact with other important family members, aka pets. So I'm delighted to share the Astro ability to detect cats and dogs. Right, we know that people love their pets, so that's going to be high value. And people that love their pets like that, they're usually a high dollar customer. So people spend tens of thousands of dollars on their pet a year. So they would actually add this to keep an eye on their pet or let their pet out if there was a fire or something. So once again, definitely a market for it. Astro will help you keep your eye on your pet, whether you're on the move, just another part of the house while on patrol. Astro does see your pet. It'll send you a short video clip of what they're doing. So you can decide if you want to start a live view to say hi to them or simply enjoy watching them. For example, you can use live view to tell your dog to get off the couch or you can take a picture of what they're doing, right? We saw the lady looking at the dog basking in the sun. We think the future will especially be useful for providing a live connection to your pets so they can have peace of mind about them no matter where they are. Last year, we showed how to learn the layout of your home, been sent to check specific locations you were may be worried about, like if you left the stove on. Customer loved the feature. We think it's just the start. That Astro could be even more useful if it can learn with your help what to check on, either proactively upon request to make it reality. We're introducing a new multimodal artificial intelligence capability where Astro learns from you about things your home that you wanted to learn and better notify you on what's happening. With that ability, Astro will be able to learn what something is through two modals by looking at the object in question while listening to you to describe it. Right, so you're going to teach your your robot check the stove, check the kitchen, make sure the dog's not choking, make sure the door was closed, make sure the garage door is closed. Right, so these are the things you can train the new Astro. Once again, I'm old. I still remember the Jetsons of what to do. Right, we know there's first mover, high dollar people, $2,500. Everybody gonna be getting Astros for Christmas. Shout out to John for joining us. Definitely one of the day ones. Let's see, read a little bit more. Hey, people, is it a 3 point? Is there a point of oversaturation of data any company can get from users' phone, watch TV? This seems to be just putting stuff out there to see if we no facts and no, there's never too much data. No, and that's what companies do. They're trying to figure out the sweet spot of what you pay for and uh, if you buy it, the more data, the better, right? And we know it's an Amazon product, and Amazon is a beast at collecting data, at parsing the data, at coming up with insights and conclusions about your data, conclusions you didn't even think about, right? So now it's never an oversaturated data for them because they're going to take those data points. The sad part about it is they're going to sell that data to third party themselves, right? It's going to look and say, okay, these are the products they're using. They have Amazon Prime. Start sending them a reminder, right? I can just see what they're gonna be doing in the future, right? Oh, there's never too much data. That's gonna be dry. Okay, they're Prime, right? The refrigerator gonna tell the robot we're out of milk. Tell Prime to order it from Whole Foods and get them the extra generic free range cows, right? So all that's coming up, man. You can always see it. We gotta get the free range cows, Rondo. We gotta get that good milk, man. That non-stress free. We need the free cows. Sitting no tire, Mexico is a Spanish facts. I'm gonna talk about that next. Facts. That's gonna be on there. I think that's oversight, but facts. Let's see. Tammy in the house. Glad you could join. Hey, Kid Little Spy facts. You're 100% right. We like I said, we're monitoring stuff. We're taking pictures of stuff. Tammy's gonna have those red bottom shoes. She gonna get some extra. She gonna get the Michael Kors. We're gonna see you're gonna need some more Michael Kors. You know, we're gonna get you the red bottoms. It's gonna see you're gonna I appreciate that. So let's keep reading. But nah, she 100% correct, and that's what we're talking about. Let's keep going. We almost done, and we're gonna get to the tech part, like my man. So we're gonna talk about the issues coming up in the next one. Astro does this by sending pictures from his camera. You also text starting which door or window is open. You can also ask Astro to go check specific door or window, in which case Astro will go take a picture. Astro will then either return to you with the message telling you about the state of the door or window, or send you an alert through the Astro app. If Astro isn't sure if the door or window is open, it will ask you to validate where it gets the state right. And Astro will use that to learn and make future checks or more accurate, right? Machine learning, right? We talk about artificial intelligence. A lot of that's going to be basic machine learning, right? It's going to take a picture. It's going to see an inch gap. You're going to say it's not closed. It's going to take a note. It's just going to start making measures and stuff, you know. So it's going to get better. The new features utilize advanced multimodal understanding, was developed in partnership with other colleagues in the Alexas, right? We talked about Amazon using all their products to make sure they work together. Alexa, AI. I'm about to show you. People forgot Amazon already got the Ring drone that'll fly around your house. So I think they're going to use that with Astro to come up with something even better, like total visualization of your heart. Right? So let's look at this quick one.
The door was cracked just enough, and that's how the creature got in. Astro? Is the back door open? Open. Awesome. Astro, turn the lights on.
You got this, Dad.
I don't like that video, man. We gotta make sure we looking tough, man. I'm gonna have to write Amazon a personal message, man. I don't like that video, man. We gotta be looking tough. I don't like that, Amazon. We gotta have us looking out here looking strong, like Amazon. I'm not happy. I'm gonna have to write Amazon a very sternly worded message. Let's keep going, though. The new features are just a few examples of what possible with Astro. We got a lot of other ideas. Man, this is just a start. We found others do too. We love hearing about how customers use Astro, but not a day goes by without developers, professionals knocking on my door with ideas. And that's, oh yeah, I'm thinking. So we're going to give the developer community a create new experience with Astro with the new software development kit. All right. So if you got programming skills or got some homies with some program skills, which I got, you can add the features to that, right? So what do we want to look for? The door, the window. We're going to add facial recognition so it knows everybody's in the house, right? Ring doorbell will tell you who's walking up if they have their picture with their name. If it's a stranger, we can send it to the local police like the Ring doorbell. Most people get a discount because they send those images to the police station. We're going to do that, of course, in the future with Astro. Right, so you randomly walking up at people's houses, your picture gonna be at the police station, right? Trying to figure out what's going on. Y'all be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I appreciate you, Word Dog. Yeah, hit that like button. Get my likes up now. Just playing. Let's keep reading. We almost to the tech part. We're testing early version of SDK. In fact, the new pet detection feature was built using the SDK. We're really excited about new possibilities up, and we begin working with 3 of the world's leading robotics. Later this year, Georgia Institute of Technology, University of Maryland, and University of Michigan to put an early form of the SDK in students' hands. Those are some of the brightest minds in robotics and can't see what happened, right? So what Amazon do is they give money that what's getting put in college hands, then they create stuff that people want to buy, right? That they can add to their Astro robot and increase the functionality in the user, right? Shout out to Apple. They're the first one I think really did that. All right. So put SDK hands, you make the product better and you buy more product, right? They take a piece and you take a piece. We learned a lot Astro first year from how it functions in the real world, how consumers are finding it most useful in daily routines. It's clear one thing, we're getting started with Astro, right? So let's get to the tech part of this. Like, shout out to my man Wired Dog. Oh, let's watch this other one, and we're gonna get into the tech part of it. And this is the one people forget they have their Ring drone out there. I did a video on this, probably last year. So let's check out the Ring drone. That's part of their infrastructure, architecture, and their products. So
At Ring, we invent stuff, like the Ring Video Doorbell, Ring Alarm, and so much more. But where do we go from here? Introducing Ring Always Home Cam. Yeah, it's a camera that flies.
What?
We thought, what if we made a camera?
see, people forget Ring that has so many products. I did this, oh my God, probably 2 years ago. So I'm sure this is still around. So they're gonna pair it with the Astro dog now, with the robot, right? So you're gonna have complete coverage. You're gonna be able to fly outdoors. The robot's gonna connect to it, right? So there's just more and more features. Let's see. I guess no more walking around new at the house by facts, facts, facts. But have them boxers on facts. So let's look at the Ring drone, and we're gonna pair with the. That's the first thing. I'm gonna get the SDK out. And I'm gonna pair it with the Ring drone. So my house is super secure. Let's finish it. Let's watch it super quick.
That can see every angle in your home without having a camera in every room. And make it smart enough so that you can teach it where to go.
Like this?
Yep, just like that.
Cool.
So, with the push of a button, it wakes up and goes here, there, or wherever you choose.
You forgot the orange slices, didn't you?
No way. Frankly, I blame the oranges. Hey!
And the Always Home Cam works seamlessly with Ring Alarm.
Yeah, that's not good.
Actually, it's great, because you can watch live from anywhere.
Well, good for you guys.
And when you're home, Always Home Cam is docked and the camera is hidden, designed with your privacy in mind. Introducing Always Home Cam, only from Ring.
Once again, that's why I say Amazon's the most dangerous company. We forgot about the Ring drone flying around and checking on you. So John got to have on his boxers now, man. We just can't be walking around the house. We got to be good. The they're going to take over security job. Oh, it's coming. It's almost there, right? Let's see what privacy's out the window. Facts. Even though Ring drone said, "Oh, we got your privacy," when it's docked, but the robot's gonna be listening to you. So John gonna have to calm down in a lot of areas in the house. That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to him. Let's keep going. Let's get to the security part of it. So let's see. I think that one's it right there. Once again, put any questions in the chat, tech or cybersecurity. You know how we do it. We're just going to keep it moving. So let's go ahead and check out this one.
This type of product didn't exist. It was an unrealized vision for many years.
I was really excited to be able to work on something.
Shout out to that. I like the sad music when it starts off right. You get an in-depth thought. It's going to be something deep.
That was so complex and so sort of new within Amazon as well as new to world.
It's taking science fiction and making it a reality.
In one of the senior management meetings, we talked about, does anybody in the room think that in 5, 10 years, you're not going to have robots in your home? And everybody's like, yeah, we are. So we said, well, let's get started.
The crazy thing is that's the difference, right? Those are tech people saying that. I think the average person is a little apprehensive about having a robot, right? Shout out to Tony Stark, futurists, technologists, first movers, right? I don't think the average person believes that they're going to have robots in their house. And I think a lot of people are going to push back on that. Me being a technologist, though, I'm like, hey, I might give it a try, right? But I don't think the average person is thinking off the bat, oh, yeah, we're going to have, because everybody thinks Terminator. If you talk to the average person, right, they think it's Terminator.
So that's when we really started to get into a lot of the fun experiences around sort of inventing what the customer experience should be for a feature that was just a line on a piece of paper prior to that.
We've pulled together technologies from all these different areas to build something that so many roboticists have been dreaming about or thinking about. The question wasn't, should we build it, but why wouldn't we?
Now, Astro can see, infer, hear, understand, but then you add mobility on top of it.
Astro is a robot that can go up to 1 meter per second. It has to detect walls. It has to detect challenging situations.
This is going to be an autonomous device that's driving around your home. We had to make sure that there was a system that was always looking out and can stop Astro in a moment's notice.
SLAM is simultaneous localization and mapping.
This is a standard term used in robotics. It's an old problem. It's not a new problem. The complexity is immense.
It's well known in the SLAM community that people will sort of say, we solved the math 20 years ago. We still haven't figured out how to do it. And this is a great example of how you've actually taken the math and deliver a truly impressive system.
The robot has these cameras, and it'll look around, and it'll find points. And it's able to see if it recognizes where it is in this cloud of points in space. Astro is doing millions and millions of calculations every second. We have multiple neural networks running in parallel based on camera input. We have multiple planners in this thing, figuring out what to do and how to tie it all together. And kind of the neat thing about it is it's all packaged up within one robot.
Astro does SLAM really well to be able to do it locally.
It's amazing. Like you said, it's doing thousands and millions of calculation, right? We just see a little robot moving, but the mathematics behind it, like you said, the SLAM mapping, the figuring out it's a dog line in the floor, don't hit it, right? Roll over, right? The complexity we putting in, look how small that is, right? That's the beauty is the technology small, the calculations. We know Moore's law, right? 18 months it doubles, it gets better, blah, 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 right? So that's the combination of that, right? In that small little robot.
Do it so fast, map out the world so quickly. I'm really impressed.
Navigating autonomously and building a map of its own. I mean, that is incredible.
We took inspiration from science fiction and movies and cartoons, places where people had looked into the future and thought about what could it look like to have something in the home to help you.
We wanted to create a personality. Out of the top 100 robots that people love, only 5 of them didn't have eyes.
It's effectively this universal symbol for communication, and we were able to communicate a lot of things that we otherwise wouldn't necessarily have been able to. Also,
you know how you dancing with the robot, man. Come on. But 2 is you want kids to love it. You want people to feel less intimidated. And to be honest, those circle little eyes do it. Now, if it was all black, it'd probably be menacing. But circle little eyes, it made different forms, like greater than, less than, to make it have a softer. Sad thing is, I want to say personality, but we know it doesn't have personality, but people take it as a personality, right? So that for me is super interesting.
we got to really think about, what should a robot sound like? Phonemes and motifs and, creating chords.
Most consumer electronic devices are just nuts and bolts. You turn it on, it plays a sound, that's it. Astro comes alive.
This is our first robot, not our last robot.
I think I'm excited to be able to launch Astro and share this with my friends and family and point to Astro and say, this is what I've worked on.
It's unlike anything I've ever done before. And the technology that we have built, I look at as foundational.
Oh, Astro is a huge step forward. The next question will be, when can I get one?
Just for what was it, 2,500? So let's start getting into the tech part and the cybersecurity part. Let's start digging in. Let me make that a little bigger for the old people, aka me. So Astro Intelligent Motion brings state-of-the-art navigation to the home. Body language and awareness of the social norms help new household robot integrates gracefully in the home. Virtual event, Amazon Senior Vice President David Limp unveiled his organizational alignment of devices, which include Astro, a household robot. Building a robot moved intelligently in your home is not an easy task. When building self-driving cars or robots for industrial application, you can predefine high-definition maps of the environment where they can encounter open road or factory floor, but in the home, nothing is predefined with frequently rearranged furniture belonging to the people and pets always in motion, right? So they took self-driving cars and robots in industrial places and once again mapped it to their home. Well, you said that slam when stuff moves and your pets run out. How do you map that? Because it's ever changing, right? And that was the complex problem. When we set out to build Astro, we knew we wanted its motion to be intuitive and graceful. We wanted to be able to interact naturally with humans. That meant we had to account for dynamicism of the home when deciding the Astro design, its sensor configuration, its algorithms and speeds at which it's moved. And additionally, we had to deliver Astro to a consumer acceptable price point with the highly optimized suite of sensors, sufficient processing power when the sensors and processing for other industrial robots that operate at a similar speed cost thousands of dollars. How do we create an intelligent motion for Astro? Perception and mapping, right? Once again, we're squeezing it all down into a consumer product, right? So once again, it has to be at what we consider an affordable price, right? Let's see. From delivering drones to robots in your home, facts. But I think shout out to Amazon, shout out to Meta, shout out Boston Robots. I think they've been figuring that out since the 50s. Because if you look back on 50s, they were talking about flying cars, robots in your home. All the cartoons have robots in your home. So I think this is the natural progression of that. We've been talking about the Jetsons since what? Then the Jetsons comes out in the 70s. I mean, but there's movies where robots were in the home. So I think we've been coming here for a while, right? So I think once again, it's the culmination of that. And as you've seen, they had the flying drone. My thing is the flying drone's tight. Why do we need the robot, right? So I think once again, I think they're trying to figure out what is the perfect application or device for your home for that. Let's keep rolling. Perception and mapping. To be able to move around your home, Astro needs to be effectively mapping its surroundings. We talked about that. Understand where it is at a given point, the perception. Astro's computer vision system observes the world with both visible and infrared light, which gives it the robust perception of dynamic environments, varying lighting conditions as it perceives where it is in space. Astros uses a suite of navigation and optical sensors as its on device. They talked about the SLAM, simultaneous location and mapping, and obstacle avoidance. The navigational sensor helps identify a position of key landmarks in 3D spaces for the SLAM system, such as corners of tables, door frames, so the Astro can figure out what's relative to its landmarks. Also build a map of the relative positions these sparse landmarks when it explores your home, and then uses those landmarks to update its location as it moves through your home. So shout out to WireDog. So what are we talking about when we say that is, if I hack into that robot, I have a map of your house now, right? I have a 3D super detailed map of your house, right? Because that's what it has to do to move around. So if somebody ever hacks into Astro, they know where a lot of things in your house is at, right? it might not go in your closet per se, so it doesn't know what you have in your closet, but it knows where your closet is at. It knows where everything's at. Remember, it had the periscope eye thing, so right, if I hacked it, then I could start once again. I have the map. Then on top of that, I have the individual pictures of the things you have in your house. Right. Salute to Aiken. Glad you can join me. Right. So we're gonna get to, but shout out to the slam. But from shout out to Wire Dog. When I hack into that right now, I have a 3D image of your house. Then the second part of that is I probably know what kind of refrigerator you order, what kind of things you order, especially if you got them from Amazon, right? That's all in the same database, right? So let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. The optical sensors help Astro build a detailed map of the immediate surroundings, capturing the distance to obstacles like couches, chairs, walls. We're going to talk about the figure below. Astro then uses this knowledge of its positions from SLAM in map for obstacles to path plane, interact with this environment, performing complex tasks such as exploring a home, determining boundaries between spaces, following and approaching people, figuring out where to hang out. We'll deep dive deeper into the intelligent slam and obstacle avoidance in the future, right? And this is what we were talking about. That's the 3D map, right? And remember, that 3D map came from it pictures it's taking before it could come up with the 3D map, right? So that's a person, couches, walls. So right, the avoidance of what it believes is there, right? And you once again, you can change that into a 3D map of someone's house. The Simpsons have been presented feature. No, facts. Like you said, the Simpsons is always on top. So once again, I don't think people truly understand the power of this device. Like they said, from a SLAM technology, artificial intelligence, motion detection, and 3D modeling, right? As it's taking pictures of your house with the 3D map in it. So let's talk about real-time planning. Intelligent motion is all about Astro making decisions quickly and autonomously. Homes are ever changing and full of moving obstacles. For that reason, Astro knowledge of its world is perfected. So its navigation system has to be able to handle variability. Astro navigates the home. Intelligent motion systems generate 700 potential paths several times a second, evaluates each of them, then makes a determination of how to move. This process factors in the possibility of changing environments, a book bag dropped on the floor, the desired smoothness of the motion path, the potential of encountering an obstacle. Astro weighs out each choice, contributes towards achieving its current goal. Whether it's reaching a person, heading back to the charger, Astro keeps repeating this process while it navigates intelligent, optimized based on its latest knowledge of the world. This approach involves novel methods for dimensionality, reduction, probability planning, that the advanced state of the art in the field of consumer robot. It also covers this more in the future science blogs. So there it is, right? So it's calculating all the paths, where it's trying to go, and the probability of it running into an issue or a problem, right? So there you see it. Path planning algorithm tests hundreds of options in real time. The blue arrow indicates the longer range route guidance. Color line represent options for close range trajectory within the next 3 seconds. The color represents the scoring of trajectory, always many weighted factors, right? So you got the green, the red looks like it's running into stuff. So the green is the highest probability of where it needs to go, right? So once again, though, that's a lot of probability. That's a lot of AI. That's a lot of machine learning, right? That once again, it takes in your house, so it has all that in memory. So if somebody hacks that, right, it has all those variables about your house, right? So that's the interesting part of that from a cybersecurity perspective. So what is it storing? What is it taking? I'm sure all of that's going somewhere in the cloud so it can reference that in the future, right? To figure out if that's something impeding it, or did you move a new piece of furniture, right? Once again, that all goes into the calculation. So let's keep moving. Body language and communication of intent, controlling speed and acceleration, and the curvature of the astral path are important for to make sure Astro can move safely, gracefully, and confidently through your house. But Astro needs to do even more when it interacts with humans. Human robot interactions, HRI, is a rapidly growing area of research. One Amazon is investing in its study on consumer robots. Astro builds trust with customers by moving with predictable behaviors, such as signaling its intent through body language. People and pets do the same thing, signaling, for instance, how they plan to move with a slight turn of the head, changes shoulder angle, changing eye direction. These are signals people can pick up on without even realizing. Right. So what's going to make you more comfortable with the robot? So it's taking those minor gestures and innuendos, so how people move. Emulating these patterns, Astro uses natural changes in head angle as it moves around, indicating which way it's going to turn, pointing at the person it's approaching, and more. When we tested these features, the difference in customers' experience with or without them was clear. A simple signal executed via well-coordinated screen and body movement is a powerful tool for communicating intent real time that make Astro's behavior more natural. Right. So once again, those are those human behaviors that most people don't recognize they're doing that makes you more comfortable with the robot. Right. So they're gonna make sure you're gonna buy a couple of these. Now, let's see what's going on. Man, we gotta draw the line somewhere. facts. So yeah, but once again, that's what Amazon does, right? Amazon is trying to get into the home. Everybody's trying to get in the home and take over the home, right? Because if you get in the home, that's where people order products, communicate with. Most people are going to YouTube. Amazon's got Prime, so you probably be looking at movies and videos on the face of it in a minute, right? So how do you take over the home and get you comfortable with? Like Amazon's got products where you can hit it or order products. Now you probably next year be able to talk into that and order your products straight from the robot while you sitting down. All you out of dish soap, just tell a robot he gonna order you some, right? But shout out to Aiken. Where is the line drawn? I don't think there's a line. You are correct. Let's keep going. We almost done. Astro ability to interact naturally with people helps make it even more useful in a customer home. Astro could tell when an obstacle is a person, making a decision about how to interact appropriately. To do this, Astro has to operate at a human scale speed and have awareness of social norms. For example, Astro approaches a person. Intelligent motions use the computer visual screen like approximately person of that person. Relative Astro directs the person is facing, store a map of the area and other inputs for Astro navigation. Depth sensors displaying a smooth, graceful path that will enable the robot to enable Astro to end up in front of the person in the person's line of sight, socially appropriate distance. If Astro is following a person, intelligent motion has Astro follow at a comfortable strolling pace for the adult, maintaining a social appropriate distance. Shout out to them, man. I don't like people too close to me, man. I want Astro all up on me. And estimate where the person goes when moving out of the view so Astro can move to a point where the person can be seen and followed again. Astro can determine when an obstacle is detected as a person, follow that obstacle instead of avoiding it, and even when it moves in and out of Astro field of view. The approach involves dynamic obstacle recognition, tracking, path planning, prospects, and HRI that we're excited to share more about soon. Right, so Astro ain't gonna be all up on you, man. Ain't gonna be jamming up in your space. Shout out to Astro, man. I don't like anybody jamming up in PBO space. Right, we're gonna make sure you're comfortable with Astro. Right, we need you buying some more, man. We need you to pair Astro with the Ring doorbell drone, right? So we want you to buy a lot of products. But on a serious note, once again, that's artificial intelligence, machine learning, mapping, along with human interaction to make sure you're comfortable with the robot. Once again, it's not jamming all up in your space, all up in the video. But people know that. Shout out to Suge Knight. Astro ain't gonna be all up in the video, all up close on you. Shout out to Astro, man. We don't want him all up in the video. Let's keep going. Shout out to Astro. Despite navigational progress, Astro will still encounter situations that require to problem solve. to avoid the need for human interaction. Intelligent motion includes a set of recovery behaviors that can help when Astro encounters challenges to the normal path planning, such as narrow path that is currently blocked. To continue with the task in the face of block path, Astro may try backing up until there's enough space to go around. As part of this process, Astro also determines when it's time to ask for help. We know from our internal testing that people don't mind occasionally helping Astro, though we would have also to learn that people have unlimited patience for the robot and give up too often and always asking for help, right? So if Astro gets confused, I might say, hey, give me a little help, which is cool, right? But shout out to Astro. It won't be all up on you, right? So shout out to Astro. Let's see. Astro should. It's fact, man. We're gonna be all up in the video. Shout out to that. Yeah, we won't have Astro should. I'm gonna leave that up. It won't be all up in the video, all up on you. Shout out to Astro. But now let's keep going. Now we talk about the customer privacy. Talk about a little security. Let's see what they got for us. How intelligent motion is designed to protect the customer privacy. Moving and reacting quickly requires a very fast system, making local processing of data essential. The raw data from the navigation and obstacle sensors locally processed into a distant measurement and then discarded without being sent to the cloud. Okay, that's cool. I was assuming it was sent to the cloud. I would have to verify that, man. I don't know, man. That's a lot of data. So that's cool. So they said it's all being, most of it's being processed locally. When Astro saves a new map of completion of exploration, the information is derived from its navigation depth sensors, including a copy of two-dimensional optical map is sent to the cloud. Okay, so there is the two-dimensional. I thought it was three-dimensional, but say two-dimensional map where the map of home is created and stored. A rendering of map can then be shown in the Astro app. The map contains derived information such as location of walls, rooms, boundaries, furniture, objects such as the customer provided room names. Okay, we're mapping data encryption in transit in the cloud, okay, where it's securely stored at 256-bit keys. I wish that was a little bigger, but that's pretty good. And an industry standard for secure encryption. For more information, the way Astro protects privacy, we might click on this next. There's the Amazon Astro privacy. So let's put that in the tab. We might have to roll over there. Yeah, we might roll over there and see what they got in the Astro privacy. So they taking some customer privacy, which we knew they had. We know it's Amazon. We know they do Fed work. We know they're about security. So that does surprise me. So what's next? Astro first household robot uses intelligent motion to gracefully and interactively interact with people, help customers monitor their homes, bring power of Alexa to them, and give them back to their busy lives. This is just the beginning for intelligent motion. Let me get the B in there. The beginning of intelligent motion. Its navigation is HRI capabilities. We have exciting plans for advancing science and engineering of the intelligent motion so that it will improve over time in navigation in homes, serving customer needs. We also expect to learn a lot from our customers who have a product quite like Astro in their homes before. Astro Intelligent Motion is a brand new experience that we can't wait for you to try. We're excited to have you join us on our journey, right? So shout out, this is their blogs and their Astro in Motion, right? So that's what they're selling. Once again, I think first mover. I think this is the future. If anybody ever saw the Jetson, right, we had Rosie, the robot. So I think this is the first iteration of that. And this kind of looks like a smaller version of that, right? It's not cooking yet, but I think from the kids, helping kids with homework, the security of it, and I think the novelty of it. All right. I think if you got money and you about that life, that looks kind of cool to have your robot in the house doing what. Then when you leave, right, or even if you're at home, right, remember it was checking to see if the back door was ajar. The ones breaking in, it can see if it's a break-in, if it's a false alarm. Two is, remember, I think you said an infrared. So if somebody's trying to hide in your house, Now it's gonna check your body heat, right? So I think it has a lot of the perks of that. But shout out to John, right? With those perks, right? You're gonna have to be a little more careful, a little more careful in the house. You just can't be walking around randomly, right? Or have people walking around your house randomly, right? So let's jump on the privacy section real quick. The Jetsons were 56 a year behind. Where's my? They just showed a flying car, and I might do a it's a prototype, and there's a couple of my somebody did a flying car. I guess it's in a proof of concept right now. But you're right. But if you look when they went back, everything that the Jetsons had back then or is in production now, except the flying car, right? So they had the remote workout, the work from home with the teams and the WebEx, right? So they went down all the functions that was in there, except the flying car. They said the majority of that is now available, right? It's not at the level that was on the Jetsons, but if you went back there, right, it's slowly getting there, right? So so that's the question. The question is, do we need it? Is it going to make us lazy? It's going to add value to our house, to our lives, right? But two is this first movement. Next would be defrosting chicken. We forget to pull it out the freezer. Facts, man. You can have it double checked to see if it was out there, right? So it's not putting it back in there, but it can definitely check to see. My man left the oranges. I don't know if you saw the point, but my man left the oranges on the on the counter. So it's sitting. So let's look at the privacy settings real quick. Let's look at the private settings. Let's see if it's privacy. I think that was the privacy. Yep. So this is something I do a lot on my job is checking the AWS privacy settings. And so let's see them for Astro. Let's see if they're on the screen. So let's start. Shout out to Tech Shine. So let's keep rolling. Let's see. What is Astro? We're going to skim through this. Astro's new kind of a robot to move autonomously and help you connect with people and things about you. You can connect with Astro in a variety of ways. You can control Astro with your voice using the word Astro if you want Astro to follow it. Or you can hook it up to your favorite Alexa features like music communications. You can use live view of Astro apps on your home or business. When you're home, Astro can hang out nearby. You can create a visual ID. Astro can find you to deliver something like a reminder. You can also ask Astro to find someone who created a visual ID to things like bring them an item you put in Astro's cargo bin. So people can put the remote in there or somebody wants to send you something. In your house, we're going to get real lazy in a minute. You can have configure Astro to detect certain kind of events you select. Like when Astro detects an unrecognized person, if you have an applicable subscription, you can also enable autonomous patrols and investigate detective events and configure Astro to automatically stream videos to your Ring storage, right? We know a lot of Ring storage goes to the police department. The interesting thing in there was when Astro detects an unrecognized person, right? So obviously there's some facial recognition in there to figure out if you're unrecognizable, right? So if it's doing facial recognition on you and your guests to figure out if they're unrecognizable, right there's a privacy issue right there. Depends on, right, because they're saving it. He told you to Ring storage, right, to figure out if you're unrecognizable. Let's keep reading. What is Astro for Business? Astro for Business is a security solution designed to help you protect small and medium business. It lets you check in your businesses from anywhere and help you to safeguard your business asset. You can add additional subscription. Ring Protect Pro, Astro Secure, Virtual Security Guard for more robust security features, solution based on a specific need. Right. That's the powerful thing and the thing why, once again, I think Amazon's the most dangerous company. They have all these products where they putting together, once again, facial recognition, Ring. We saw the Ring drone. They got Ring in your car while you drive, and it's mapping where your car if you're in an accident. Part of people don't know is Amazon recognition. It's reading license plates while it's driving. So there's a lot of things. Amazon has a total digital dossier of people, right? We got Whole Foods. We know what you eat in order. It delivered medication. So PBO drinking too much pop. He pre-diabetic. Now my insurance gonna go up, right? Amazon has all the information with data brokers, so it can start putting some of that stuff together. From a privacy perspective, that could be a little overreach, just a little overreach. So those are some things, and I'm gonna talk about that in another thing. But that's why I believe Amazon. I used to say it was Google. Amazon got way more data than Google, way more data than Google, right? It used to be Facebook Meta was up there, but I think Amazon, because what makes Meta high. I dropped the link if anybody want to come up. Meta knows when you physically log on. Meta knows when you're moving around Facebook. Meta knows when you're on Instagram. Meta knows all your family and friends, right? But now Amazon, friends and families with Prime, it has all that information too. A lot of people watch Prime movies, right? Probably at the same rate that Meta is. Now, I think, of course, Meta has more people. I think half the planet's on Meta. But I think Amazon has more data points than Meta does. All right, so that's my 2 cents. Let's keep reading. We almost done. Once again, we're gonna touch on the privacy a little more. Is Astro always streaming videos when it moves? No, the sensor data Astro uses to navigate indoor process on device, not in the cloud. Astro only streams video and image to cloud when you use features like live view on the app, videos calling with Alexa communication, or video recording storage by Ring. If you are protected Ring subscribers, how do you use live into the Astro app? How can you use Ring subscription to automatically record video clips? How do I know when Astro is streaming video? Astro is designated to make it easy for you to understand. It's doing it at any given moment. Astro also use easy to see indicator light on top of its periscope to help you understand when the streaming video audio is cloud. For example, the indicator light on top of Astro periscope will turn green whenever the video is streamed to the cloud, like when the live is in progress. You may also see picture view of your own video or another on-screen indicator when Astro detect the word wake word or visual indicator when it appears to signal Astro is recording your voice request to the stream to the cloud. For example, the indicator light on top of the Astro periscope will turn blue, and Astro eyes may light up blue, so you know it's sending, right? But shout out to my man Wired Dog. Go subscribe to him. But what if I hack and I just don't make the light cut on, right? So from a hacker's things, I can control a lot of that stuff. So if I hack and I'm recording, but I don't cut the light on, right, and I stream it to myself, right, or I create a rogue app. That's what we might try to do. Let's create a rogue app as part of the SDK and see if we can take over Astro, right? So if a hacker does that, what things are available? What can it stop doing? What can it override? All right, so that what kind of sandbox is the SDK, which is the software development kit I programmed for 15 years. So what can I take over control? Is it going to block me for cutting the lights on and off? I don't know that, right? From a security expert, we asking those questions for security is, if I would ask Astro, aka Amazon, that's one of the questions is, from an SDK perspective, can I cut the lights on or off? Do you give me that option? Right. And a lot of times I've seen people eyes got big because they didn't expect me to ask that question, right? Let's see what my man said. More data than Google? I think so, Aiken. I think so. You know, what's your thoughts on that? Google usually has the search. A lot of people don't search in Google anymore. A lot of people search in Amazon. I don't search in Google for products very often unless I'm doing a security aching. If I'm buying something, I already got Prime. I'm not doing those searches. Then two is, okay, Google's got the search. Google kind of tracks what you order. Once again, most people are actually in an app. Like Facebook is blocking stuff from Google. That's why they're going at it. Instagram, which Facebook owns, is blocking. Snap is blocking, right? TikTok is a Chinese company. Two is Amazon has more products that they own than Google, right? So they have Ring, which a lot of people in the United States own. A lot of that data goes straight to the sheriff's office. Part of Ring, they own Whole Foods. They own one of the I'm trying to think, one of the big GRC companies they own. I did a video. Google owned like 20 companies. I mean, I'm sorry, Amazon. Then you talking about what you buy, all that buying data. Google's not having a lot of that because most people shop through Amazon, Amazon or Walmart. I don't know. Chime in on that, Aiken. So I think more. That's a comparison. Include Android products. Once again, though, is Android. Google don't own the Android products. Google is taking Android and they're making it work for Android. I'm a Verizon customer. Verizon forks the Google SDK sort of work on a Verizon phone, right? LG forks Android for their phone. Google don't own Android. Android's open source, so I don't know if they're getting all that app. And even it's just the same kind of search data. Once again, I'm getting what you eat. I'm getting what you buy. So I don't think Google's getting that much data. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm up for the debate. I'm just saying they own probably 15 or 20 companies. Let me see if I can look that up while we go over this. So we can talk about that. How do you interact with Astro using the voice? Once again, it's got the voice recognition. Then we got the Alexa privacy in there. Once again, we got all these privacy settings because Amazon's getting all your data. Can you turn on Astro microphone, cameras, or sensors? How do data intelligent motion work? Astro using that. But two is, and I'll give you this, Aiken, with the Android, with the mapping, because Google buys data from Verizon them. So when it does that Google map to figure where you at, a lot of times that's not Google information, that's Verizon's data, right? Verizon's doing a triangulation to figure where you at, right? It's just on an Android phone. So when they come around with the search warrant, they give it to Google, but Google's getting that information from Verizon and all the carriers, right? So even if you cut off your location, the phone company's doing triangulation on your phone, right? So they can get that data once again from Verizon where you at, right? Even if you cut it off, right? So I don't know, Aiken. I don't put the once again the Android phone because they're just forking that, right? So and the carriers really owns that data. It just sits on top of Android, and once again they fork it to work on their product better. Let's keep going. How does intelligent motion work? Astro uses advanced technology called intelligent motion to autonomously and safely navigate. Use the information from navigation and depth of product. What happens when Astro explores space? It sends mapping information derived from its navigation sensor to the cloud. Amazon processes this data in relative information and creates and maps your house. Right. So once again, Amazon got the mapping of your house. Google ain't got that. So we mapping your house. They got the new ring that you put in your car while you driving around. So you getting that Google stuff because they're driving it in their car now. So that's why I think two is I think it's a little more relevant than Google. So let's see what John said. Will Amazon hold all essentials that people buy? Google gets all things we search on it, and YouTube. I think you may get more leverage to what you buy because you can search a lot of things and not buy facts. Now that's true. That's true. But they said though, and I read this in the article, John, is a lot of people are doing less Google searches because they have Amazon Prime. They got to buy from Amazon. Like me, I don't do Google searches anymore. I know it's on Amazon. I'm old though. I ain't buying a lot of stuff, but what I buy, I'm clicking on Amazon Prime. I don't search Google. So they said Google was getting blocked out of that, right? And a lot of people now, the millennials are buying stuff off of Snapchat because you can buy it on Snapchat and hit the buy button right in directly in Snapchat. So I think those companies trying to figure out how to get some of that Google money and block. Now, don't get me wrong. Google still print money. Google gets a ton of data. I just think Amazon has more relevant data, right? So, but like I said, it's up for debate. It's up debate. I'm never 100% right, so I'm always good with the communication back and forth. And two, I might change my mind. PBO old. He ain't crazy. Sometimes I just change my mind. Let's keep going. You can review and delete maps. I can keep Astro from navigation in certain areas. During the setup, you could close the door to any area you don't want Astro to explore. How does the Hangout feature work? Astro tries its best to be part of the household. That means standing nearby in case it's needed. Astro tries to hang out where it can be most used to others and others in the household, like where it was recently used. If you would prefer Astro not to hang out, the hangout feature can be disabled in setting, right? So once again, just want to be close to you so you can give it an order of what things to do. How can I control where Astro goes? So you can do that if you like. Most people ain't gonna do this, right? You can when does Astro look at me and follow me? You can say the wake up word, and Astro will automatically rotate and spring its screen towards you. Right? How does the person detect a visual ID work on Astro? When Astro detects a person in its field of view, it may send a signal to the cloud to provide enhanced features, such as initiating a routine you configure that cause Astro to display a greeting whenever it sees a person. So Astro's in your house with facial recognition, right? So I believe that's a deeper understanding, right? When it knows the people in your house. Google just thinks it knows who you are because the phone is open. It doesn't know particularly who you are, right? If a hacker takes over your phone, right? I got facial recognition of you right on Amazon. And once again, Amazon has a ton of those products out there. So once again, that's why I think the data is deeper and richer inside Apple. I mean, inside Amazon compared to Google. But once again, we can do another stream about it to dig into it, right? Like I said, just off the top of my dome, that's these things will help me believe that. What is Amazon Kids on Astro? Amazon Kids experience designed for families with children under 13. You may turn on Amazon Kids for your Astro device through Astro on device by visiting settings. So once again, Astro knows your kids, right? What you want to do with them? You gave it a special ID. How do I use the live app on Astro? Right, we got the live app, so we're gonna be streaming, monitoring you. How can Astro help you monitor my space? Astro has 3 monitoring modes: away, home, and disarm. Just like your alarm system, you can configure Astro to detect certain types of events when it's set up away home, such as when an unrecognizable person is present. So once again, it's got deep facial recognition in your house to figure that out. Once again, I think the data is richer, deeper, and have more understanding of your surroundings and area. So once again, that's why I think it has more and better and more representative data of your digital dossier of your person, right? Once again, my 2 cents, I need to dig in for Aiken got me thinking. Shout out to Aiken. Always saying good things though, got me thinking. So that's where I came up, and that's kind of where my thought pattern came from. So let's keep rolling. We almost done. We almost done. How can I use my Ring subscription to automatically video clips? If you use Ring Protect subscribers like your Ring and Amazon accounts, you can stream and save recording Astro Rings to the cloud storage. You can figure Astro to stream the video if it's away from home. Long story short, people get a discount on Ring because those feed goes to your local police department. So now your Astro feeds, if it goes to your Ring and you have that discount, it's gonna go to the police department. If you Google that, most states have that discount, and a lot of people are doing that with Ring, right? So once again, deeper understanding of the data that it's watching you with. How can I access Astro Enhanced Monitoring? So we talked about the bound zones, 10 to 30 seconds, 360-degree video in your room. The investigation feature enable Astro to react to select events by moving to get a better look. If it's configured streaming to and saving videos to your Ring storage, Astro can investigate events like people it detects who it does not recognize, sound detected by Alexa emergency assistant on Astro or other supported device. Once again, Amazon has a ton of products that they're interconnecting, right? This adding more data, and I think relevant data. When Astro checks the status of an object, what happens to picture Astro takes? You can take Astro about objects such as windows, doors, have Astro check their status. When you teach Astro an object, Astro will take a picture for you to approve. The approved picture will be saved on the device, as well as Astro app timeline and your Amazon photo accounts. When you ask Astro to check on an object, it would take the picture. You can view the Astro app timeline for your product. So once again, it's using machine learning to analyze those pictures to figure out what you believe is open, closed, or safe or not safe, right? So all of those are adding up to that. And once again, just more features to it. Once again, would I buy it? Probably not for 2,500. PBO on a budget. Shout out to me. Shout out to me. But no, I think once again, I think it's a first mover product. Shout out to Amazon. They're always innovating. All right, adding to robots. They got robots in their warehouse, right? So now they're adding robots to your home. Always trying to create a stream because they're trying to automate their warehouse. So why not create robots off of that that's safer for the home and do a variety of things with your home. It's going to be doing homework with your kids in the future. I can see it adding that basic math tutorial module on there. Ask it a question. You can already ask Alexa those type of questions, but I think the robot with the facial features, I think kids will like that more. Right, more of a friend and be more safe to your family. Once again, those human interactions is trying to mimic and make sure everybody's comfortable with it so you can buy more. And shout out to that. So we're gonna let Terminator into the house, right? Because it's got a smile on its face, right? And it's got eyes on we got eyes on it. So let's look at that video one more time, put the rest of the questions in there. Then I think we're gonna wrap up the lunch and learn. I just saw it and everybody's kind of winding down because of the holidays coming up. So I thought I would jump on at noon and do a few things. So let's check this out real quick. Let me get on that page. We're gonna run this one more time. Once again, anybody got more questions? Aikens got me think that Google versus Amazon. I gave you a few of my reasons, but we're gonna check it out again.
This type of product didn't exist. It was an unrealized vision for many years.
I was really excited to be able to work on something that was so complex and so sort of new within Amazon as well as new to world.
It's taking science fiction and making it a reality.
In one of the senior management meetings, we talked about, does anybody in the room think that in 5, 10 years, you're not going to have robots in your home? And everybody's like, yeah, we are. So we said, well, let's get started.
So that's when we really started to get into a lot of the fun experiences.
We're going to let Terminator in the house. We're going to get started, though, Just because it's cute, we're going to let it in there, though. Let's keep rolling.
Around sort of inventing what the customer experience should be for a feature that was just a line on a piece of paper prior to that.
We've pulled together technologies from all these different areas to build something that so many roboticists have been dreaming about or thinking about. The question wasn't, should we build it, but why wouldn't we?
Now, Astro can see, infer, hear, understand, but then you add mobility on top of it.
Astro is a robot that can go up to 1 meter per second. It has to detect walls. It has to detect challenging situations.
This is going to be an autonomous device that's driving around your home. We had to make sure that there was a system that was always looking out and can stop Astro in a moment's notice.
SLAM is simultaneous localization and mapping.
This is a standard term used in robotics. It's an old problem. It's not a new problem. The complexity is immense.
It's well known in the SLAM community that people will sort of say, we solved the math 20 years ago. We still haven't figured out how to do it. And this is a great example of how you've actually taken the math and deliver a truly impressive system.
The robot has these cameras and it'll look around and it'll find points. And it's able to see if it recognizes where it is in this cloud of points in space. Astro is doing millions and millions of calculations every second. We have multiple neural networks running in parallel based on camera input. We have multiple planners in this thing figuring out what to do and how to tie it all together. And kind of the neat thing about it is it's all packaged up within one robot.
Astro does SLAM really well. To be able to do it locally, do it so fast, map out the world so quickly. I'm really impressed.
navigating autonomously and building a map of its own. I mean, that is incredible.
We took inspiration from science fiction and movies and cartoons, places where people have looked into the future and thought about what could it look like to have something in the home to help you.
We wanted to create a personality. Out of the top 100 robots that people love, only 5 of them didn't have eyes.
It's effectively this universal symbol for communication, and we were able to communicate a lot of things.
So we dance with a robot because it's got nice eyes, right? So we trust it. Shout out to the eyes in the robot, man.
That we otherwise wouldn't necessarily have been able to. Also, we got to really think about, what should a robot sound like? Phonemes and motifs and, creating chords.
Most consumer electronic devices are just nuts and bolts. You turn it on, it plays a sound, that's it. Astro comes alive.
This is our first robot, not our last robot.
I think I'm excited to be able to launch Astro and share this with my friends and family and point to Astro and say, this is what I worked on.
It's unlike anything I've ever done before. And the technology that we have built, I look at as foundational.
Oh, Astro is a huge step forward. The next question will be, when can I get one?
Let's see the question in there. John said, which I thought was interesting. I wonder what Meta next phase is, because you can buy Instagram and Facebook, but Amazon had an insane head start. So yeah, no, that's it. But I think their thing, which a lot of people calling it a failure, I don't think was God, I can't think of the name of it. Was the metaverse, right? I think they was trying to get everybody online, right? It was supposed to be Tony Stark. You hit the engine in the metaverse, right? Every part comes out, you can see it, you could do training and stuff. So I think that was their attempt to hit that next level, John. I don't think the metaverse took off. So I think that was their attempt on it. So I think they're trying to pivot, right, and get back into AI and some other stuff. But shout out to them. Their Ray-Ban glasses look phenomenal. I probably talk about that from a security perspective. When you got people rocking around with glasses, you might not know they're recording. That looks like regular glasses. So now you're right about I think the metaverse was their attempt to leap ahead, and it didn't quite take off. So I think that was their one of their issues. Watching that video again, I just realized their mission is the facts, the early adopters. I said that without saying that. My bad. I should have used that word. It'll become a new facts. Cybersecurity got to work to cut it. Facts. That's it. Now you're right. I said the new movers and first movers, but you're right. The term is early adopters. You're 100% right, and there's going to be a big volume of that, especially around Christmas, right? I think they put it around because a lot of people with money, it's going to be cool for their kids. They think they're adding some more security to their home. They will likely build it unless someone else. Facts. But shout out to them. They got some of the best security people on the planet, though. So I'm gonna give them a little love. Let's see. I'll drop the link if anybody else would have come up. About to cut it off. I thought it was gonna be an hour. I'm over lunch. Lunch and learn got a little longer. It's BBL going to create an Astro dog and cast first, warm them up to the human side. Astro dog. Facts, then the Terminator. Facts, the Terminator coming. Facts on the Terminator. But let's see. Let's just go there. But so just real quick, I was just going to show. This is on Wikipedia, so I don't know if it's all of this. So this is Amazon mergers and acquisition, 100 of companies it bought so far. Book pages, I didn't know it on IMDb. Planet All, Live Bid, we know about Alexa, Basic Toys, Leap Technology, Mind Corp, Egghead, Our Home, Digital Photography, Audible. I didn't know it on Audible. Some of these I need to double check because they on there. But these are the companies: Zappos Shoes, right? Toby Press. These things Amazon bought, not the things Jeff Bezos bought. He has his own company. Kiva Robots is real big, right? That's what they're doing to change the Amazon robots for all their automation of their warehouses, right? So these are all the companies. Twitch. I guess I forgot. Yeah, Amazon bought Twitch Interactive. So I'm just kind of flowing through these real quick. Cloud9 IDE for the programmers. Whole Foods, I'll be trying to eat healthy in 2024, but that's super expensive. But shout out to Whole Foods, Blink, Ring. We know about Ring, right? For 893, is that million? Oh my God. They almost spent $1 billion on Ring, Cloud Engine, Canvas, Peebo, One Medical, right? iRobot, for the Rumba and all the stuff. So that's, and we once again, we're gonna dig in that later. That's kind of why I came up with my thought pattern where I think they're the most dangerous, right? And I think their data is a little more relevant than Google, but I need to figure out what Google about and how they're using it. I just think once again they're a little more intention, and people forget Amazon from a cloud service. They had a 12-year head start before anybody tried to create a cloud, right? So they have all the data of your company and what it's doing, and it keeps track of all that. And so don't think it's not peering into different companies. I don't trust Jeff Bezos, but shout out to that. But we can dig in a little bit more. I'm gonna hang out for a couple more questions. Then PBO got to do a little work before he get fired. So shout out to my man. It's one day after Hump Day. We can see Friday almost. I can see Friday's almost here. So once again, for people that don't know me, Professor Black Ops, I've been in IT for 30 plus years. I've been in the security for 15 plus years. I have luckily to have a remote job, which is kind of rare. I'm a security architect, which means I review designs of computer systems, especially with AWS. I do compliance. So my specialty is IRS Pub 1075. I do a lot of work with the IRS. And people that use IRS files or sell to IRS has to have certain security controls. So one of my jobs is to make sure those security controls are met or enhanced. All right. So NIST 800-53, along with IRS Pub 1075, which sits on top of NIST 800-53. That's kind of my specialty. Check out my channel. I do a lot of NIST stuff, AWS stuff, because I think the cloud, I say the future, but hell, the cloud is now. So figure out a cloud, pick one, you'll be all right. AWS, Azure, Google, Oracle got part of that $9 billion RFP government cloud bid that they put out for $9 billion with a big B. So that's out there. So let's see. What are your thoughts on parallel computing in the field of GRC? Yeah, I'm more worried about quantum than parallel. But yeah, the cool thing is from an infrastructure standpoint, especially if you do it in the cloud, AWS and Azure, they already from a GRC compliant, they already spec those out. They look for those type of buffer overflows. I think which one of the VMs got hit the other day? They were doing some kind of cache, I don't know, which made the VM accessible to a root cause in the hypervisor, so you can get to any VM that was on a particular hypervisor, which is on a big box. So so now quantum for me is what's happening for me trying to understand quantum, especially from a public and private key. The speed is so good, so if you're using regular encryption, quantum just gonna run over that encryption. So so that for me, that's kind of what I look for. Parallel computing for the big guys. The crazy thing is Amazon making their own chips, and I think Microsoft was making their own chips. So it's kind of weird. So who vet their chips? Like Intel and AMD been doing chips for decades. So I get nervous when AWS, they're doing their own chips for high performance computing, which includes parallel computing in their high performance computing. So that's the quantum stuff's the one I'm trying to kind of get a handle on, to be honest, though. But let me know if that answered your question. Like I said, I looked at and I did a couple of videos on high performance computing on AWS, and part of their high performance computing was parallel computing. Like I said, I'm the quantum computer. We are patiently waiting. Facts. Hey, I'm working on that membership. Shout out, thank you, PBO. I appreciate that. So PBO about to do a little work. I'm gonna see y'all on these cybersecurity streets. y'all looking for a certain video, just let me know. A lot of times when people ask me for something, I send them a couple videos I've already done. So let me know what you're looking for. I'm going to continue to do NIST, GRC. I'm going to start doing a little more AWS again. Long story short, I've been studying for my CISP. I got to get back to doing this stuff. That's been taking a lot of my time. I'm hopefully gonna sit for the test in January, but I gotta get it together, man. I'm doing decent on the practice test, but I gotta do a little better. Shout out to Operation Takeover. Glad to see you. But once again, PBO's out. If you need me, people will tell you. I'll reach out to you. You might have to hit me a couple times. PBO busy, but hit me up. ProfessorBlackOps@gmail.com. Give me 48 hours. I used to teach as a professor for 10 years. We get 48 hours to return the email. So I'm on my professor status. Now check me out, but I'd be glad. And we usually get on here in private mode, have a good conversation. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, I usually give anybody 20, 30 minutes. Like I tell everybody, for me, I'm just going off the dome. I don't do no research. And if I don't, I'll send you to the proper person with those skills. Think I'm coming up your way in a week or two. That's cool. We'll definitely link up. We can definitely link up. Get some lunch and some dinner and definitely chop it up. Let me know when you're in town. Definitely take you to the spots. Appreciate John. I'm out. Professor Black Ops. Once again, hit me on gmail.com. Appreciate my man with the $4.99. Add it to the barbecue fund. Everybody have a